Hey Tarosphere, it's Holly from Cape Cod Creatures, and I am here today filming a quick review for Rebel Deck v1.2. It is so awesome. Okay, so if you're not familiar with Rebel Deck, this is an amazing Oracle deck that kind of tells it like it is, and it doesn't pull any punches, and it's just super awesome and sassy, and it's kind of a salty broad. It's like a roast in a bag, so you need to be able to laugh at yourself when you use it, but expect an amazing pull and kind of a kick in the truth pants. So anywho, when they first released Rebel Deck, when the girls at Rebel Deck first released it, they weren't sure if the deck was going to go over well. They didn't know what was going on, so they printed the cards. And these are amazing. I love my first deck. I love Betsy so much. Her name is Betsy. I love Betsy so much, but the cards aren't coated. You can kind of feel it when you touch them. It's just like ink on paper, and the cardstock is decent. It's not amazing. Like it's a good cardstock, don't get me wrong. It's nice and thick, but I always kind of felt like they were in danger of creasing every time I used them. And the sadness part of an uncoated card is if you use a deck daily like I do, I love this deck so much I pull from it at least once a day. And you guys know, if you're a regular on this channel, when I do my live readings on Thursdays, I always do at least 1 or 2 pulls, if not more, from Rebel Deck, and it's always hilarious. So if you haven't joined us yet, please do. But when you use it and shuffle it as much as I do, I don't know if you guys can see, but there are lots of little scratches in these cards. And honestly, for the price, I wasn't going to be too sad about scratches in my cards. And the more you use a deck, the more you can expect a deck to kind of have that kind of stuff going on with it. Like, I love this deck so much. It's got some wear and tear. It gives it character. But I love that version 1.2. It's coated now. It's coated. It's glossy. It's got that glossy protective coating on it. The cards don't stick together. You can do this and not have to worry about scratching your cards. They shuffle really nicely, which I'll demonstrate in a second. So anybody else who so if you're familiar with the deck, I don't know if you can see this, but the 2 cards are a little bit smaller. That is like the one difference. So it's all the same cards that we know and love. There are no new cards in this version. But I don't know if you can see, the cards are 1/4 of an inch smaller all the way around. But that means that the deck is much easier to handle. So Rebel Deck was quite a large deck. I don't know if you can see, but I'm like having a little bit of a difficult time getting my hand all the way around the original version. And this new small one, not a problem. Like, there's more than enough room to kind of grip it and have it. It's easier to travel, like it's smaller to travel, easier to stick in the purse. It still comes in the super awesome, I've got Rebel Deck cards like strewn all over the place here. Rebel Deck still comes in its kick-ass mesh bag, so it kind of looks like, you know, like the fishnet stockings gives it a rock and roll kind of a vibe. I will say though that for me, I'm gonna have to sew Rebel Deck a bag, even v1.2, because I take my cards to the beach gets sandy, cards get scratched, and if you're kicking around in my purse, chances are you're gonna get covered with glitter at some point. And I do like to try and keep my cards as nice as I possibly can. So I will wind up sewing this deck, and I'll sew Betsy, I'll sew her one too, but I will wind up sewing both of these decks a tarot bag at some point, just so I can keep them nice. But I love this mesh bag. It's got a really cool rock and roll vibe to it, and if I was nicer to my stuff, it wouldn't be a problem, but I'm really not that nice to my stuff. So anyway, one of the nice things about the deck is that it does fit easier in the hand. It's easier to, and the glossiness of it, the new coating, makes the hand over hand shuffling easier to go about. Like, it shuffles like a dream. So anyway, let me go ahead and just show you what's going on here. So we're gonna do a rifle. And as you can see, it's got really good intermingling on the first try, and you can bridge it. I was gonna lose control of that if I bridged that here, but let me go ahead. And that is one thing I will say. If you do have v1.0 already, switching from the old version to the new version, like, it's kind of hard to get used to the new size. I think my brain is just so used to shuffling Betsy that when I go to shuffle the new one, I've been having a lot of misfires. But I feel like a couple of hours with this and it's not even going to be that big of a deal anymore. But she does shuffle very nicely. There you go. See, it's a wonderful bridge. I'm not worried about creasing or bending the cards or anything. The cardstock is a little thinner than the old deck, but it's also much more flexible. And I think like it's just much more utilitarian, and it makes more sense for a deck that's going to get as much use as Rebel. You still get your awesome title card, of course, the anti-unicorn deck. You also get a card that tells you how to do a Rebel reading, and just kind of like it tells you that the messages are quick, dirty, and a little salty. So just kind of be warned, there's some language in this deck. But yeah, no, it's awesome. I absolutely 100% love it. I'm a fan of Rebel deck anyway, but I just love the new deck. It just handles so much nicer. But anyway, let's go ahead. We're gonna do a little bit of shuffling, and we're gonna do a one card. Oh, we just had a couple of cards fall out, but I'm gonna put them back in because that's just me being horrible at shuffling, honestly. I've been really bad at shuffling this thing. It's my third take now. Oh my goodness, the second one I just dropped everything everywhere. The first take was pretty decent, but the audio didn't sync up, so hopefully we're going to be able to fix that with this take. So anywho, we'll do a little hand over hand action. So anybody who's familiar with Rebel deck knows that you can't look at it when you draw a card because it's a two-sided card. It's got a message on the front and the back. So we'll draw a couple. Let's see. Okay. All right. So we got, oh, you know what? These are perfect for solstice. So we got Time to Let Go. Oh, hold on. Let's focus these. There we go. I got a new camera. So Arwen, I feel your focusing issues. Like this is like you get the new camera so it focuses better, and then it's just like, no, let's be difficult about it. But anyway, so this one is Time to Let Go. Move the fuck on, and get the fuck outside, move your ass. And on the back it says your body is pissed at you. So these are awesome cards to get for the summer solstice. It is, if you have had difficulty this spring shaking off the winter doldrums, it is time. It is time to let it go. It's time to get outside. It's time to get back into fitness. It's time to stop sticking like warm beef stew into your gullet because the good weather is here. It's time to shed your horrible mood. I know it's absolutely time for me to do that. It's time to feel the fire of the solstice. So go out there, connect with the fire element, dance, have a bonfire, invite your friends over, drink pina coladas and margaritas, go swimming, go running, go hiking, do 5Ks, do whatever, do some yoga, just do whatever it is that makes you comfortable and gets you moving, and just let go what you need to let go. So just lighten your load. So anyway, I hope that whoever needed that message got it. And if you haven't gotten Rebel deck yet, what the hell are you waiting for? Like, go get this deck. It's amazing. It does great readings, and with the new updated style of cards, you have no excuse. So get out there and get this deck, get your divination ball rolling. And ladies and gentlemen and anybody else who's watching, I will see you on Thursday night for live readings. And in the meantime, let's see, get the fuck out of your head. All right, I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful solstice. And you know what? Post below what you guys are doing for the solstice. I want to know what is going on with you. And then we'll talk about it on Thursday night. All right, that's your homework. Do something awesome for the solstice. Bye, guys. Bye, Tarosphere. Have a good